Mr. Brian Norman Sr. Let's give a round of applause.
What's up, Coach, man? How you doing, man? How you doing?
Hey, B, what's going on, man? What's going on with you?
Oh, man, you know, same day, different goddamn.
Hold
Yo,
on,
had a trip on that whole story.
Oh, hey, bro.
Bro.
Oh, man. Hey, that shit was true. That shit happened for
Yeah,
real.
that's crazy. That's wild. I feel you. That's wild, dog. That's wild.
Hey, well, B. People, check it out, man. Look here, man. You know, I know you see today again. See, I don't have a whole problem before, so I don't mind talking about it. A lot of dudes be scared to talk about it, man. But yeah, man, I don't been through some stuff, dog. Trying to tell you, boy. You run across that snapper. Run across that snapper, boy.
I already know it gonna keep pulling you in. I already know. Hey, I bet she was slim. I bet she was slim.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, she, you know, yeah, she shorter than me. I'm 5'6". She like
I already know. I know what it is. I already know what's going on. Motherfucker swallow you up and spit you out and pull you back in.
Damn, dog, man. Anyway. Enough of that. No, the people don't want to hear that. The people don't want to hear
What's going on, man? Yeah. No, to the topic at hand, man. I see Tim.
Wait. Let me start it off like this. What's the issue? Do you and Timothy Bradley have an issue? Because I didn't.
The issue, and if anybody, I told this before. I told the story before, and people thought I was mad at him about his opinion. No, I'm never mad at anybody about their opinion. I'm never mad at anybody. They got anything to say about. I'm never mad. Like, no fucking reason to be mad. Your opinion is your opinion. But what he did was, when my son fought Quenton Randall, which was at the time his toughest fight, you know, a fight that he was supposed to lose, a fight that he was supposed to lose against an Olympian, and Quenton Randall had been around the world, you know, been on the Olympic team. Matter of fact, he was the captain of the Olympic team. I apologize. So, you know, he knew Quenton Randall. So when he came on, if you watched the fight, I didn't know about this. People was hitting me on my phone and in my DM and shit, telling me like, "Damn, what's up with Timothy Bradley? What's up with Timothy Bradley?" Like, he must have like, "Yeah, he got personal problems." I'm like, what you talking about? So when I went back and I watched it and I dissected it, what happened with it, mind you, this is the first that's the first fight that he ever commentated on with my son at Top Rank. My bad. One of them had Andre Ward, and some other people, whatever else, and then that was the third fight with Top Rank, and that was the one that he was commentating on. All right, so now second round comes. Second round, my son do good the first round. He does exactly what he's supposed to do. He keeping his distance. He doing what he's supposed to do the first round. Second round comes. Timothy Bradley telling his story. I won't make this shit long-winded, but Timothy Bradley telling the Quenton Randall story about, you know, he had 2 kids tragically passed, you know what I'm saying? Prayers out to him and everything for that. You know, about how he was in jail, you know, how he was looking up to Bernard Hopkins, how he had this story, comeback story, blah, 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 right? So now, second round comes in, my son doing good against the first round. Second round comes in, my son still doing his thing. Quenton Randall is shut down. Quenton Randall is shut down. So what he does was he immediately started attacking my son. Like, what is this? Like, if he doesn't, what else does he have? He doesn't have anything else. This is all he had. You take it away. You have to look. You can go back and watch this. It started in the second round. From the second round on, he was dogging my boy out. Then it came to the corner where my son is already, I'm telling my son to keep the distance. I'm telling my son to do everything. You can hear me during the fight in the corner yelling all of the instructions because it was just that quiet. You can watch that fight, listen in the corner. You hear me saying, jab, keep your distance. Stop smothering. You hear me saying everything. My son hit me very well. But Quenton Randall had been talking so much shit, he was anxious to get at it, right? Cool. My son is winning every single round. Now he tells me he's having a problem with his hand again. He had a problem with something. So I said, I said, look, figure this shit out, because my son has a lot of tools. He got a lot of different tools. He got a lot of different ways. I done told him what to do. I done gave him the instructions. He's not listening to me. I told him, figure this shit out, right? Oh my God. The camera heard figure this shit out. Look, he needed a new coach. He needed this, he needed that. Let me say, first of all, it's so many things that I had in my brain. I like factual situations, first of all. So, and first of all, let's say this. I was a professional fighter and I went pro in 2003. I think Tim Bradley went pro in 2004. I've been around boxing for 30 years. I don't know how long Timothy Bradley been around boxing. All right. I've been a boxing fan for even longer than I've been a boxing fan since Mike Tyson in 1985. That's a true story. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm older than Timothy Bradley. He wouldn't even fucking walk in or talking or nothing else yet. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm looking like I don't understand what makes him more qualified to speak on boxing, talk about boxing, and do everything else as anybody else. He doing this and coming on these shows, making these blogs, throwing shots, throwing rocks, and then he want to hide behind people. He don't want nobody to come back at him. He don't want nobody to say nothing back at him because he's a fucking coward. When I met that man face to face, and again we had 3 meetings. We had 3 meetings right there in that video that y'all saw. He went and ran and hid behind 3 guys. I had to talk them into letting me get over there to even talk to him. I'm like, look, bro, I'm a grown man. I understand what I got going on. I understand, you know what I'm saying? I know how to conduct myself. Like, I'm a grown, like, I ain't get this far in life by fucking being no rowdy hood ass nigga. I know what I'm doing. I go over there talking to him. He said he want to fight me in the exhibition about 200 pounds. Run it, let's go. I go pressing the issue. Ain't heard shit from him. He disappeared. He this and that. I tell you about it. You say something to him. He say what? What does he say? I'm not good enough to share the ring with him?
Yeah, yeah. No, but
That's what he said.
Timothy Bradley's a Hall of Famer though, B. So the man,
He's a what? He's a Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of Famer.
What do you mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Because he's a Hall of Famer.
I mean, you know, that gives him boxing credibility. I mean, he was great. He was great in his craft and on top of his craft.
Okay, so that gets him. And what does that have to do with me? Since he was a Hall of Famer. So since I'm not a Hall of Famer, I can't. I don't get. I'm missing. I'm missing the point.
Oh no!
I didn't say he wasn't qualified to talk. I said nothing makes him more qualified than me. Is what I said. So I mean, meaning you're saying that he's speaking as if nobody else is qualified to comment on boxing, commentate on boxing, coach, or whatever else. Now here go another fact. Again, here go another fact. Timothy Bradley is most known for his trilogy against Pacquiao. Am I correct?
Yeah, Pacquiao and Provodnikov. That fight there too.
Provodnikov and Pacquiao. The one in Provodnikov is the one I just sent you, correct?
Yes. Yeah, you did send me that. Yeah.
He was getting his ass tagged with everything, including the kitchen sink. You talk about defense. He did nothing special. There was nothing special about him. He stood right in front of him. Mind you, he was older than my son. My son was 23 years old when he was just fighting Santillan. He criticized him about fighting off the ropes when my son was doing that. Son was doing that beautifully. My son was taking shots to give shots, delivering more. If anybody go back and watch the Provodnikov thing, I just sent it to you. Yeah, even with the highlights, Tim was getting lit the fuck up more than my son ever got touched. So my point is, and he was still trying to lead with his head. Go watch the fight. So my thing is, how the fuck are you giving all this criticism when you've never looked good in any fight? He's never looked dominant. He's never looked anything special. Defense of all things, he can't talk about defense. The man stood right in front of you like a badass. He did move his head. He stood right in front of you like a badass. He took a lot of shots to give a lot of shots. He wasn't a power puncher, so it's not like he was getting everybody the fuck up out of there. You know what I mean? My son is a power puncher. Now, again, there's so many things to unpack here. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be all over the fucking place. I just want to bring up the point that we just talked about that. I'm going to get back on track. We just talked about him and Provodnikov and Pacquiao. He arguably lost all of those fights that you talk about, arguably. So there's an argument that he lost all. There's an argument, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm not. I told Tim this. I say, man, I thought Pacquiao won that first fight.
There's an argument that he lost every single fight that he's best fucking known for. That, hey, all respect to him. I respect any fighter that graced the ring, any fighter that take it seriously with his training, because I know how hard it is. But obviously, Timothy Bradley don't feel the same. For some reason, he feels whatever the fuck it is he was doing in the gym is more special than anybody else, which is not true. Now, let me take you to another fact real quick about a boxing dad. As a boxing dad, it's like going through levels, right? When you get to the state, mind you, first of all, this child come out your nuts. This is a seed out your fucking nuts. That's first of all. I raised my son by myself. All right. That's second of all. You got a kid, I'm raising by myself, mold his brain, talk to him. I do everything I'm supposed to do. We go, he win his first state championship. That's a huge thing to us, the family, everything. Hey, my son, that's cool. That's the stepping stone, first stepping stone. He go win the nationals. Oh, this is huge. He the best in the fucking, I mean, not nationals, in the region. Oh, man, he the best in the region. Then he go win the fucking national 6 times. That's a fucking huge feat for an amateur boxer. So we not going to act like Timothy Bradley, he don't understand the hype it was and the height it was when he was going through that. I went through all of that with my child, with my son. You feel what I'm saying? Now, to get even past that, he went professional at 17 years old. My son went professional at 17 years old. He had some state business fight in Mexico, which Timothy Bradley they had the same manager, Cameron Duncan. Timothy Bradley had the same exact manager. Go look it up. So he knows how Timothy. So he knows how Cameron Duncan moves his fighter. He protects his fighter. That's what was done. In that Quenton Randall fight, he did everything he could to bash my son's record, to point this out, to point that out. So to the people watching my son, let's just say not the boxing fans, let's just say your general public, your general mama, daddy, grandmama, cousins, friends, girlfriends, everything, family members, everybody watching, you got a Hall of Famer, Timothy Bradley, talking shit on what we thought, who they thought was somebody through the years that they watched him win this and win that and post this and post that and seen this trophy and that trophy and seen this belt and that belt. And you're telling him he ain't shit. Oh, he ain't did nothing. He ain't nobody. He ain't this. Look at him. That's all it. So you're telling him he's a fucking bum. So my thing like, damn, he was 22 at the time. Mind you, he wasn't even 23. He was 22 years old. He's on a high level at 22 years old, meaning he was working his way up. He was already a contender. He wasn't just he wasn't a prospect at 22. That's why he was able to get a world title fight 2 fights later. You feel me? He was able to get a world title fight, a title shot 2 fights later. Timothy Bradley didn't get hit until he was 24 years old. So I'm trying to start the fucking hate. Like, what is that about? I don't see him criticize these Mexican fighters. He's not criticizing nobody else that don't look like him. He got all the criticism in the world for black fighters. He got all the criticism in the world for anything else that looked just like him. To me, it looked like he's trying to run this fast race and show and distance himself from us. That's how I see it. But bottom line is what I'm saying is I have every right to talk boxing. When I come on these channels, normally you ask me to come on your channel and give a word or two, right?
Yes, sir.
When you ask me to come on the channel and give a word or two, I'm not on here the whole time saying my son the best in the world. We done been over this. I'm not on here the whole time saying my son to beat everybody in the world. I'm on here saying my son we're willing to take the chance. I'm giving updates of what's going on with me. Then we might go into somebody else in another fight or, different situations. That's boxing. You know what I mean? That's boxing. This is a boxing station. I go on boxing podcasts. We talk boxing. I'm not on there the whole time talking about my son. I'm not driving. Yeah, my son a bad motherfucker. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? The fans don't seem, huh?
No, some fans feel you do that, especially as it relates to Boots. The situation
but I don't.
You sleep on them and you'll do this and do that.
Okay, but let's take it back real quick. Again, I'm willing to address any question with a factual standpoint if anybody who ain't emotional and hear what I'm saying. With the Boots situation, I said we was willing to do this, we was willing to do that. I told him what it take, otherwise it didn't make sense for us to do that, right? So we know that. Let me point this out for the people who say he keep talking fight already. You can only fight one fight at a time. We haven't had a fight since that happened. We have a fight scheduled just like Boots had a fight scheduled. We're going to fight our fight. And I promise you to anybody looking, anybody watching, we are on Boots' ass right after this next fight, no matter what. God willing, it comes through successful like it's supposed to. We give an outing like we're supposed to, you know what I'm saying, by God's willing or whatever else. We own his ass. So you ain't got to worry about us running around talking. We not doing that. I come on, people ask me questions. It happens to be about Boots Ennis, the one that y'all believe is the best in the division. And I'm here to tell you that I don't feel like he's not. For some reason, I'm not qualified to say that he's not when my son is the youngest champion in boxing. He reached something that Boots didn't reach when he was 23. I don't want to make this about Boots because it's not about Boots. I'm just giving you my thought process. He was able to do something. He's fighting fights that he's not supposed to win. You got other people not fighting fights that they're not even supposed to lose around. My son is fighting fights that he's not even supposed to win. You know what I mean? And he's coming through with flying colors at a younger age. He's coming through with the grit. He's standing there taking the heat. He's standing in the fight. He going to hometowns and getting booed by thousands of people and shit like that. He dealing with all of that. You know what I mean? So of course, me again. This is something that came out of my motherfucking nutsack. I'm watching him grow. I seen it. I know about a little peanut ass boy that did not know how to jump rope. No, I'm serious. You got to think about who he is to me. You feel what I'm saying?
I get it. I get
I
it.
watched him when he was a fucking goof ass. I watched him when he went down the driveway on the fucking bike and slammed into the wall with no motherfucking brakes. You know what I'm saying? I watched him when he was on the little swivel stick scooting down the street like that. I watched this little motherfucker come up. You know what I'm saying? I watched him. We had a big ass head, a little bit ass body, awkward in the motherfucker. I've seen all of that, and I watched my boy grow into something. I molded his brain the best I could. I'm proud of what he growing up to be. He's not a hood nigga. He not out here, you know what I'm saying, doing no street shit. He not out here, rapping talking about he ain't out here trying to be flashy. I'm proud of him. I'm being real. I'm proud of him. You feel me? I'm proud of him. I'm proud of that. So I see the growth. I see the growth and I know what I see and I believe in what I see and I believe in what I created. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking this shit. I
Hey, you
wouldn't
know
even be.
what, man? I
Yeah.
don't mean to interrupt you, but by you saying all of that, right? You started to sound like Floyd on Schofield Senior. You
What
started
I
to
say?
sound. No, you say you created him. You know, he came out of your nutsack. Just quoting you.
No,
You
no, no,
know,
no. I'm making that point of I want you to try to imagine that though. You
yeah,
got sons, right?
yeah. I got 5 kids. Yeah.
Okay, so I got five too. So imagine your little boy. How old is your youngest? How old is your oldest son?
My oldest is 23. He's
Did your
23.
oldest son ever do some goddamn soft ass shit?
Well, he grew up in the suburbs, but
No, 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 no. Fuck it. Did he do some soft? No, real talk. Did he do some soft ass shit?
nah, not that I
You
know
ain't
of.
never seen your boy do nothing soft.
I mean, he cried over a girl one time, but
That ain't what I'm talking about. See, I guess, this ain't no shot to you.
no, I'm saying, but what do you mean by soft? Though? I'm trying
I'm
to.
about to tell you. So, for instance, I pay great attention, especially to my boys, because of the generation they grew up in, and I
Mm.
make sure, like, nigga, you gonna be a motherfucking man. You ain't walk around with no motherfucking tight shit on. You ain't walk around switching. I mean, there's no disrespect to
Oh,
nobody else.
no, my son didn't do none of that. No.
All right, no, no, no. Hear me out though. No, but they do certain shit to me. Again, that's just me paying attention. They do certain shit to me. All of them do. They do certain shit to me that I deem as motherfucker. I need to get that shit up out you. I don't give a fuck what it is. You feel what I'm saying? I'm serious. That's how I feel. I feel like I need to get that shit about you. You know what I mean? I don't want you doing shit soft around me. You know what I mean? Now we ain't. No, I want you doing shit soft around me. So again, all I'm saying is I watched him grow. I molded him the best I could by myself. So again, that's a feat to me. All while I was going through what the fuck. I'm raising these kids by myself. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So I'm doing all that and I'm going through it. So I'm just proud of what I raised. I ain't trying to sound like I'm a whole feeling nobody else. I'm just telling you I'm proud of what I raised.
All right.
I'm not telling you he's Superman. I'm not telling you he the best thing since goddamn Roy Jones. That's the world telling you that about somebody else. I'm not doing that. I'm not telling you that. I'm just telling you what we willing to go do. I'm telling you from my eyesight and from my knowledge and my expertise from what I've seen. I'm telling you, like, even with let's go back to the situation I had, Tim Bradley.
Mm.
Who has Tim Bradley ever coached to get somewhere? You know anybody?
No, I don't know if to be honest with you, I don't think Timothy Bradley ever coached anybody, but not that I
Okay,
know of.
so if Timothy Bradley's never coached anybody, that means Timothy Bradley doesn't know how it feels to coach a child to his first state tournament, state win. You know what I'm saying? A state
Somebody bought
championship. Right. That's a huge thing for a child. You know what I mean? He don't know how it is to coach a child to a regional. He don't know how it is. I mean, and my son fought. He don't know how it is to go through and fight 5 times in the national every day and weigh in every month. He don't understand that. You know what I mean? So from my standpoint, I'm already light years ahead of him when it comes to coaching. So now you're on here criticizing people coaching, doing something that you've never even done. You've never took the time with a child. That's the reason I don't coach anybody else because I take it so seriously. I
So
take it
what
so
was
serious. Yeah.
so your issue with Timothy Bradley is what? His criticism?
My issue with Timothy Bradley started because it was personal. It wasn't legit. I don't have a problem with anybody. Anybody said my son soft. Anybody said my son flat footed. Anybody said I don't have a problem with you at all. I found it as hilarious, and I'm gonna prove you wrong. But the fact that Timothy Bradley had the microphone that he had and on TV, and it was unjust criticism, and it was when it happened. If my son was looking fucked up in the fight, it's round 8, round 9. Oh shit, man, this guy ain't gonna make it. Like, if you gotta say that, cool. This happened in round 2. after my son had a great round one. It happened go watch it. It happened in round two. So it was unjust criticism, and that's who made the world first, the boxing world first initially started to hate my son. And Dowden, which to me played in our favor because that's made top ranked Dowden. He came back with the next one, got dropped against Boca Chica. That's what created what we have today. Went a world champion because that made him look like shit was sweet for Santiana and his team to think this is the perfect guy to knock off a young, strong fighter. Let's take this chance. You fucked up and let a real nigga in. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm glad you mentioned that because your son didn't really look all okay. The way he fought against Santiana, he looked great. Now the what the brother we talking about, he fought out of Houston? The brother
Quenton Randall.
Yeah, Quenton Randall. That fight.
Right.
Now that's when I first got put up on your son.
Right.
That fight right there, because I had a brother out of Houston tell me look out for Quenton Randall and stuff like that. I saw that fight. But the type of performance that your son had with Santiana, he didn't have no performances prior to that fight.
So let me ask you a question. I'm glad you just said that. So you watched the fight with my son for Quenton Randall, not for my son, right?
No, I did.
So this is the point.
That was my first time hearing about your son. That fight.
So this how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it like, well, damn, Timothy Bradley talking big about him. He talking about how much experience he got. He been around the world. So why is nobody worried about? Why is nobody talking about how bad he looked against my son? Why is nobody talking about how his experience that we just talked about with all of these styles, the European styles, he's seen this, he's seen that, been to Kazakhstan, he's been to all of these places on the Olympic team. Why did he have trouble with this basic ass kid, country ass boy from Atlanta, Georgia? Nobody ever said that but me. I'm looking because I was there. I was there and I watched it in the ring. The first, I told you this morning, the first lockup that they did, when he came out the clinch, Quenton Randall had a ring of blood around his nose. And that moment was like, whoo, shit. Swear to God, that's the first time they did it, and he did not fight the same. He wanted my son to smother. He was smothering himself. He didn't even make an attempt to, like, if you got all of this experience, you need to make these adjustments in order to whoop this boy ass. But he felt the you know what I'm saying? So he didn't feel like he could do what he needed to do to deal with my son. My son didn't lose a round in that fight. He arguably did not lose one round in that fight. So ugly or not, he got the fucking W.
So that was the fight. Now I went live for that fight. I did a fight party for that fight. When I listen to fights, I don't have the volume on. You know, I don't listen to the commentator. I turn it down because you know the commentators. Yeah,
absolutely.
You know who the house fight is and stuff like that. Right. I listen to the commentators.
So go back and watch it. Go back and watch it. Go back and watch it, and you will understand what I'm trying to say to you. I didn't know this. I didn't know none of this was going on. I'm looking at the fight. I'm watching the fight. My son ain't having no issues, meaning he's not getting beat up. He's not getting hit on. He's not having no issues, but he's not looking good either. This was going to be our breakout performance because now he got two hands. The other fights he fought with top rank, he didn't have two hands. He only had one hand. You got the one right there before that with Perez. Perez didn't almost beat him. He didn't beat him. You got people saying Perez hurt him. I look at that fight over and I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? My son boxed him with one hand the whole fight. You can go back and watch it. Use his feet. He used everything. But these boxing fans, you seem not to pay attention to that. It's like they got short-term memory and they think you can only do this because this is what I've seen you in this fight. This is what you look great at in this fight. No, we train to do everything. You know what I'm saying? We try to do everything and we willing and ready to put it on display when it's time to be put on display. So my thing is he's never been in a situation, just to bring him up like a Jerron Ennis where he was having trouble and we had to make no adjustments. He hasn't been in that situation yet. With Santiana, he beat that man pretty much every fucking round too. You can argue that they was close because he was coming on so hard. He was bringing that heat. My son systematically just broke him the fuck down. He stood down, fought him. You go look at Tim Bradley with Probnikov, him standing there fighting. Him standing there fighting and my son standing there fighting was fucking night and day. And my son was younger than him. That was for a world title. My son was younger than him and he's fighting better than you fought Probnikov because you get your motherfucking head knocked the fuck around.
So your issue, so what you're saying is Tim is talking about your son's defense, but he's not even qualified.
He have none. Right. Yeah,
when you saw the
right. Everything. My issue is everything was personal. I don't give a. Again, I keep saying that I don't give a fuck who thinks this. What about what? if you feel that way, I'm just gonna laugh at you. I'm not mad about it. What I try to get you to do is show me what you're talking about, and I'm gonna prove you different. I'm gonna prove you wrong. So I'm looking at it like, well, damn, my son been in 2 fights that he was supposed to lose. Am I wrong? All right.
Yeah, his last fight, he definitely was supposed to lose. Like that. Listen, that fight caught everybody off guard. That fight right there.
He been, He was supposed to lose. He was supposed to lose against Quenton Randall, the Olympian, the captain of the Olympic team. That was supposed to be Quenton Randall out in to get him signed, and he was supposed to lose Santian. He was supposed to lose these 2 fights. 22-year-old kid at one time, then a 23-year-old kid at one time. 2 fights that he's supposed to lose. He came through with flying colors. They gave the coach all the flack in the world with the first one, but they didn't give me no praise in the second one. You know what I'm saying? Which is fine. I just was looking for the naysayers. I'm looking where the doubters at. So where are the people that saying that? Well, hey, he got through it. He got them did what he's supposed to do, and he's still unblemished. He's still unblemished. Period. Yeah.
So what makes you think that based on that Santion's performance that you will be able to beat Boots? So you think because of that performance that
you're taking it back to Boots. I'm not. It's not it. No, the Santion performance ain't got nothing to do with Boots. That has nothing to do with Boots. My son's talent. So you bringing it back to Boots. This is supposed to be about the 10 Bradley. I get of course you don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind talking about that situation too. But I want to clear that up first. My thing is, I am a boxing fucking pugilist my goddamn self. I know boxing just as well as Timothy Bradley knows boxing. I raised and coached a world champion. Timothy Bradley has not. He won world titles, which I have not. So we got things that I've done. We got things that I have done that he hasn't done, and we got things that he has done and I haven't done. Nothing about him makes him more prevalent or more qualified to talk about boxing than what makes me. I've been around it for for 30 years plus. He's been around it for however long he's been around it. You know what I mean? That's all I'm trying to say. My thing is I'm just sick of him doing it, and he throwing rocks and hiding behind shit. Like he go on his own channel and you speak on this big ass microphone, he come on here, you talk all of that shit, but when I say, hey, bring me on, he don't want to be on with me, right?
Nah, he didn't want
none of this. He don't want. You asked me to fight. He asked me this. I didn't ask him. He asked me to fight. I said, hell yeah, let's get that work. Just like drop the Addy. It's no different. And Timothy Bradley talked about the new school. I think it was on this channel. He talked about the new generation and the old generation, but you a pussy like the new generation. He's a pussy like the new generation.
What you mean he offered you to fight? What you mean by that?
You didn't hear what I said when we was in the face-off. He asked me for an exhibition about 200 pounds. I keep telling you that.
Yeah, you said that in the beginning. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I jumped at it. Nigga, win.
But the fans don't know. That's why I'm saying.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, Timothy Bradley, when y'all saw us walking and talking, he asked me for an exhibition bout. I said, nigga, what weight? He said 200 pounds. I nigga, run it. Let's get it. Then I didn't hear shit from him. I went on his Instagram, went everywhere. Nigga ignored me. I come to you because you got direct contact with him. Nigga ignored me. He wanted the downside. Nah, you ain't worth it. You ain't. No, nigga, you a pussy. I don't understand this, bro. Like, I'm dropping address and you can't prove shit. This shit is so crazy. Look, this shit is so crazy. Again, for the fans, you can only fight one fight at a time. Look, you can only fight one fight at a time, right? Mm-hmm. You got one that's sitting here. Like, to me, I don't believe this shit as hard as it got to be. You can only fight one fight, but when it comes to outside of boxing, outside of the business side, nigga, we in the perfect sport. Let's get that work. We in the perfect sport. Rashidi Ellis the other day on Mill City called us out. Called me. With your son, like, bro, who the fuck are you? We don't give a fuck about you. We were looking for bigger. We want a bigger fish than you. I'm reading the comments. Why he keep talking? Now they call him. Nigga, I didn't call this nigga. They called us. Shit is wild. They calling us. But now when I respond to somebody calling us, I'm motherfucking talking too much. So what the fuck y'all want me to do? Sit here and be a pussy? Y'all be a pussy. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. I'm missing it, bro. I'm missing the whole point. We down to prove whatever, whenever, but unfortunately, you can only fight one fight at a time. We got a fight lined up in March. After that fight, we're going after the one that they want us to go after, and that's the one that we want. Fuck because don't nobody want us to go after him. They just want him. They just want us to say he won and give him the fucking belt. That's the way I see it. I told you they was mad that we said we'll fight him. That's a true story. The fact that my son did an interview with Mark Nash. My son, he was asking what you think. He was like, yeah, no, I think I get him out. Tow him up. Why are you tearing him up? Why are you tearing the fight up? Because he think if that's your favorite fighter, you should want to see your favorite fighter tested and beat a motherfucker ass and collect the belt. And I mean, it doesn't make sense for you to be mad because a person say they'll fight him and they want to fight. What you want somebody to be scared of him and go in there and fight him like other people? You know what I'm saying? We're not afraid. That's all that's about. We're not afraid to fight him. And we're going to prove we're not afraid to fight him because just like I said, after the last debacle went through, we're going to be the one gunning for him. That's with top ranking now. We're going to be the one gunning for him. We're going to find a way. Huh?
Who are you fighting? Do you know who your opponent
is? We're fighting Derek Cuevas. I believe he's 27-1 with 19 knockouts. Formidable opponent. And that one loss is a split decision loss. You know, with split decision loss, that means arguably he won or whatever. So he ain't no slouch. Been around for a long time. I think he got over 150 amateur fights. I mean, been around for a long time. 29 years old. From what I've seen about him, real solid dude. You know what I mean? Again, it's just like Karen or anybody else. It's a whole bunch of, it's like Karen, Brockham, Madrimov. It's a whole lot of solid fighters around that people don't know. People got to understand it. Just because you don't know a fighter name don't mean they're not a fighter. I mean, they're just one fight away. Everybody just one fight away from you fucking knowing who the fuck they are. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knew who the fuck Mario Barrios was until he got knocked out by Tank. Nobody knew who, you know what I'm saying? And then he went from that to get beat by Keith Thurman. So now all of a sudden he's a name. Then he went from that to beating up a fucking Ugas that just got out of the hospital from fighting Arum. Like, this shit is wild. You know what I'm saying? So I just be looking at it, wondering, like, what kind of fucking upside down land we in. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is happening? Like, people really don't see this shit. But I know what it is. Just people so used to following. They used to following and what's supposed to be the trend. And, you know, for me, it's good for me. You know what I mean? Just like with the Santiago fight, I can make my bets and my wages on the other end because that means I can get more money off of my little bit of money that I'm going to put up because everybody else really believe the hype of the other shit they're saying. So, I mean, it's better for me.
So, you got this fight in March. Now this is the thing. I'm going to tell you something now.
Yeah.
You're putting a lot of pressure on your son.
That's what everybody believed. That's what everybody's saying. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on my son. The reason being, he don't care. He don't watch none of this. He not gonna see this. He don't watch this shit. He don't care about this shit. He trained to go. I've been hearing people saying I put a lot of pressure on him. No, it's not.
Do you know why? Do you know why people say that though?
Yeah, I know why they're saying it because I'm saying that about what he gonna do. But this is the situation though. You are what you are. I tell my son all the time. If you're a wolf don't have to train. A wolf don't have to train to be a wolf. A bear don't have to train to be a bear. If you're a fucking dog, you're a dog. You understand what I'm saying? So he is what he is. He can do what he can do. You know what I'm saying? And I believe in all the experience and all the things that's been lined up for him. And, you know, through God's grace this far and from what I can see in the future, I believe that he is just fine. I believe he is everything I'm saying he is, and he showed me he's everything I'm saying. He's only getting better. He's not getting worse at all.
But
he's not regressing.
I get exactly what you're saying. But what it is now, the fans gonna be looking at your son, criticizing him with a fine-tooth comb.
They was gonna do that anyway, but they was gonna do that when he said. They was gonna do that when he said he'll fight Boots. Like they do that with his past fights. They doing that anyway. They go find a fight that he fought and say, "Oh, look, he got dropped by such and such." I keep telling them that's God's plan to get us to the title. You know what I mean? He got dropped by such and such. Okay, with him getting dropped by such and such, got him this world title, and we just fine. You know what I'm saying? Like he still didn't lose. He didn't lose nothing. Like he fine. And he came back looking fucking 12 times better. So again, it's not putting no pressure on him because he ain't thinking about the shit. He is who he is. He gonna be what he gonna be. I'm not, again, people saying I'm thinking he Hercules, he King Kong. No, I'm not saying none of that. He's a good fighter. He's a good fighter that's trying to be great. He's a good fighter that's daring to be great. Let me say that. He's a good fighter, clearly, because of any fighter that can go through, even taking it back, like I say, any fighter that can go through a nation of fighters, through all these 50 states and fight the best, 6, 7 times or whatever else, and can come out victorious in that, you have to be a decent fighter. Any fighter that come through and fight 26 men or whatever else, if you knock out 20 of them, they still grown men, you're a good fighter. Any man come through, you fight like with the Santiago, he had 30, He been 32 years old, was 32 and old, been fighting for this all his life. My son came in and break his willpower. You have to be a good fighter to do that. Quenton Randall, he had a whole story. He was fighting for his kids. He had two kids, that, tragically passed away. He had a whole story. He had all the motivation in the world to come up out the gutter. But my son deterred that. You have to be good to do that. So you have a 22 at the time year old kid coming in breaking grown men's spirits. That's how I'm looking at it. Again, I'm not saying he's great. I'm saying we're daring to be great. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying it's a process. With Floyd, when Floyd came in, if you want to talk the shit you want to talk about Floyd or whatever, okay, that's fine. But you didn't know Floyd was going to be as great as he is. But when Floyd talked that shit, you get mad at him. You know what I'm saying? When Floyd talked that shit there about how great he was.
Floyd was a bad motherfucker. Come out
there. He was a bad motherfucker, but people didn't like it when he started saying. People didn't like it when he said it though. They hated it. They hated it. A lot of people hate it, especially us, not white people, not Mexicans. And well, unless he was beating up a Mexican, but a lot of us hated it. It's being too real. It's when you're too real. It's when you're too touchable. When you see me at work, when you see me in work clothes, when you see me, you know what I'm saying? When they see that shit, it's like they don't want you to get ahead. When my face first started popping up, they don't.
Timothy Bradley's in the chat. I just saw him.
Well, tell him to bring his ass on. We can have I can have a discussion. Tell him to bring his ass on.
Hey Tim, you want me to call you? Let me call you. Bring him on.
He ain't gonna come on because he's a pussy. He's scary. He's scared, bro. He like to throw rocks and run. He a pussy. I'm gonna let you talk, and I ain't gonna say one word. I'm gonna ask you. Listen, Tim. I'm gonna answer everything you say factually. Everything you say, I'm gonna answer it factually. I'm gonna let you talk. I ain't gonna break you. I ain't gonna cut you off. I ain't none of that shit. But he won't do it because he a pussy.
Hold on, let me see. I didn't know he was in the chat.
He like to throw rocks and hide. The nigga's a pussy. But see, he got everything to lose and nothing to gain. That's what it is. Everybody already. He won. He did. Oh, Timothy Bradley. No, nigga, he ain't gonna do shit. We offered to pull up to the gym, Timothy Bradley. We ain't got to be no exhibition about nigga. I'll pull up to the gym and spar you. Your gym. I told him that.
He might be busy, man. He ain't answering.
Because of your pussy. You ain't hearing me. He don't want that. He don't want it. See, people like, it's crazy. Wait a minute. It's crazy that people say ducks and this, and they like to put shit out forward. So with us, they say fight already. We're trying to fight already, but we can't just magically fight. We can magically spar. We can get in the ring anytime. We can do everything perfect. But when it comes to the business part of it, we can't magically just fight anybody. We can't just do that. All right.
Who's responsible for that? Bob Arum or some other people?
I mean, of course, with the planning and shit like that. I mean, people keep saying, Bob Arum ain't in charge of shit no more. You know that, right? People be saying Bob ain't in charge of nothing.
Yeah, he's just a face. Yeah, he's just a face.
Yeah, Bob ain't in charge of nothing. Yeah. I mean, Top Rank. We gonna say Top Rank. Top Rank as a whole, right? So Top Rank I already told you, but Top Rank as a whole is in charge of that. Again, if they fuck with my son, they fuck with my son. If they don't fuck with my son, they don't fuck with my son. And we gonna deal with it how we did. So, like I said, we come for boots one way or the other after this fight, regardless. It don't matter who say what. That's the truth. We come for one way or the other.
What's the do you have a particular number that you want in order to make that fight happen?
I'm not finna. I can't negotiate right here on. I can't do that. I can't do that. First of all, let me say this. To people who want to say I'm the tax specialist and everything else, I'm not the one to negotiate shit. That's first of all. So I'm just a voice. All I am is a voice that tell you what the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying? And tell you the real. I'm not the one that ever sent nobody no offer. I never sent nobody a counter offer. I'm just the one that's privy, that's in on it, that know all the details of what's going on. That's all I am. I'm not the one that made the ultimate decision is made by my son. He the fighter. He's going to go offer what we say though, or what we advise most of the time. But he really can make his own motherfucking decision. He the fighter. So they ask us, a question. They give us this, they give us that. Like, yeah, well, you can do this. It's like anything else. But bottom line, this fight would have never happened at this time because again, my son's hand wasn't healed yet. So it's a good thing the fight didn't happen. So all the people talking about ducking 1.7, the fight would have never happened, dumbasses. It would have never happened. So even if we accepted anything they gave us, the fight, we still would be right here. Fight wouldn't be happening. Y'all to say we ducked this faking the hand injury, which we didn't. It just is what it is. So I mean, what happened, it wouldn't happen. I mean, the fight would never
Your
happen.
son, your son suffered for what Floyd Mayweather Jr. had. Remember he had them brittle hands. Your son got to have brittle hands or what?
Say it one more time.
Does your son have brittle hands like Floyd Mayweather?
Good. No, he good now. He good now. Floyd never. Floyd. I don't think Floyd never wanted to have the surgery. He good now. His shit got infused. He good now. He good.
Okay.
That's why when I told you before, and you might hear me talking like he destroying shit, bro. He's. I'm not even lying to you, bro. He's 10 times better than what he doing with. Hold on one second. No, I'll send it to you in a minute. He 10 times better than he was when he fought Santiago. I'm sorry. And then when you face that kind of adversity, as far as being over there, being booed, like it becomes nothing to you. And when you facing the man, I mean, did you see that man? He was putting his head in his face, shoulder in his face, forearm in his face, elbows in his face, hitting the behind it. My son went through everything over there. At the same time, while everybody was booing, that shit builds a lot of character. It builds a lot of not giving a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I'm happy that he went through it, and I'm happy that he passed that test. My son has been tested. He's been tested. He's being tested. He's been cut, dropped, arguably hurt. I don't think he was hurt. You know what I mean? I asked him whatever. He said, "No, I was fine." Every time or whatever else that he even looked like, I asked him, "How was you?" He used to tell me the truth. He said, "Nah." I asked him one thing. I always ask him when he come back to the corner against anybody is how hard he hit. Do he got power? He'll tell me yay or nay, because that again, as a fighter, that gives me the ability to know how to approach it. Because if the guy hit hard, if he got some crack, he hit heavy, he tell me that too. Like Charles Conway, he sparred Charles Conway. How he hit. He played. Huh?
So Tim, shout out to Tim. Tim said that he said, "Get your money up, senior, with your son. I want you, not junior." Okay, so y'all can get it cracking.
Nigga, you feel what I'm getting, pussy? So let me come up. What's up? I want you too. What's up? 200 pounds. You said it. Watch him punk out. Tell me where to come. 200 pounds, nigga. Let's get it. I'll step on the scale.
You got to get your money up, though. I think he said he ain't gonna do it for free.
I gotta pay you to do it. Okay, bet. He a pussy. I keep telling y'all this, brother. But hey, man, everybody, he's just you. Tim, I tell you what. Quit talking about the new generation when you just as pussy as they are. You just as pussy as the new generation. Stop talking. I'm talking and willing to back shit up. You talking and ain't willing to back nothing up. Fuck, I want to get money to fight you for, nigga. Fuck you. You don't mean nothing to me. You mean nothing to me, Timothy Bradley. You a big knothead ass that got your head. Look, and he had the nerve to say, did y'all see that knockout he got spit all the way the fuck around? He got a nerve to me to tell me that Boca Chica said hello in one of your chats. I'm like, nigga, are you serious? Come on, brother. Come on, bro. Your defense ain't good enough for you to be talking that shit. Your career, it wasn't good enough for you to be talking that shit. Congratulations on the Hall of Fame, but you're most well known for your trilogy that you lost, arguably in everybody's eyes. I don't know anybody that think you won that fight. Nobody. I don't know one person. That fight was done for a top rank to make more money, to make a trilogy. That's all it was. But anyway, back to some other shit, because I ain't studying that shit he talking about, because he ain't about no substance. Like I said, that's another thing about me. I don't think people they hearing me talk, these boxing dads, but they're not listening to the words that's coming out of my mouth. I'm not on here bragging about my son. I'm not bragging about him. I'm not on here saying, yeah, man, he the greatest, man. No, I'm not bragging about my son. I'm answering questions. They ask me about different fighters. They ask me about different fights. I give my expertise, because yes, I would call myself an expert after 30 fucking years of knowing how to do this shit. Another thing he said, hold on. Another thing that he said about me living through my son. I'm an extension to my son. Everything I went through in life, me fighting on the B side, me being hurt, me going through what I went through, I take my experience, and that's what made him get there faster than you got there, Timothy Bradley. You wasn't a world champion. You wasn't a world champion at 23 years old, Timothy Bradley. You wasn't. So you had to have a start also. So while you hating on these young kids, these young black kids, trying to make a way, trying to do what they need to do or whatever in life, instead of bigging them up and you want to talk shit and run, talk shit and hide, talk shit and go stand behind the wall, you stood behind three niggas. Three, they weren't even niggas. You know what you stood behind. You stood behind three of them. Three of them, nigga. Come on, bro. You know what's going on. 200 pounds. You said I'll pull up. I'm real about what I say, bro. Like the world is, you can go where the fuck you want to go. That's why with the Rashida shit, the sparring was a situation. I was shit. We can't fight because we don't want to. Listen, we can't fight because we don't want to fight you. But I tell you what, nigga, how about this? They did $10,000 sparring, pull up, 10,000. Nigga, really, let's get it. Come on, $10. We go live. We'll let the fans judge for themselves. 10,000 pull up. Now they won't pull up. Greg Hackett talking shit. Now he won't pull up. You got all the Philly fans talking shit. They won't pull up. I sent the address to everybody. I sent it to everybody. Come shut me the fuck up. Shut up. Damn, boy, these motherfuckers crazy, man. This shit, wow. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I don't understand. Like I said, we in upside down world. The sport that we in is a hurt sport. It's perfect for what we got going on. This ain't mathematics, checkers, or no shit. No, nigga, come hurt me. Come show me I don't know my shit. You've never heard, Coach, when we talk about boxing, wait a minute, Coach, when we talk about boxing, do I sound like I know what I'm talking about?
No, you know what you're talking about. Absolutely.
Have I ever said anything out of line, insane about boxing?
No, you know your boxing knowledge, you know boxing.
I know boxing, motherfucker. Timothy Bradley has never trained a world champion. He ain't never trained a state champion. He ain't never trained a national champion or regional champion. I trained a world champion, the youngest one that happens to be in boxing today. And I'm not supposed to believe in that guy. I'm not supposed to believe in the kid. They mad at me because I believe in him.
Hey, B, listen. You and Tim are both brothers. You get what I'm saying? It's gonna come a time when y'all gonna reconcile y'all differences, and you know what I mean, and let bygones be bygones. I don't think it's no real beef with y'all. I mean, like you say, it ain't.
You didn't hear what he said about get your money up and everything. Have you seen that? Well, first of all, Tim, I've been straight, dog. I was straight without boxing. I didn't need boxing to get me straight. I've been straight, bro. I've been here. Hey, look, man, I raised my kid. I'm here. I've been here. High school dropout. I'm here. You feel what I'm saying? Me being here is the reason I'm here. I don't need all of that what you got going on. I don't collect the paycheck, Tim. I don't have to go to ESPN and worry about a contract, Tim. I don't have to go to Pro Box and worry about, which is good. Congratulations. I would love to, but I don't have to do that. I literally create and make my own fucking money day to day the way I do it, my way. I don't have to punch no clock. I don't have to be nowhere at no certain time. I can sit here all I want. I know you done see me reject about 12 calls when we've been on this.
Yeah, you did.
You seen that? You know what all that was? Money calling me. Money calling me just now. That's money calling me. When my phone ring, that's money calling me. You feel what I'm saying? That's me. I don't have to collect. I don't have to do. I don't have to do that. When I wake up in the morning, I don't feel like going nowhere. I stay the fuck there and I lay there. So I mean, there's pros and cons to everything. Again, congratulations to all your success.
What size shirt you wear? I gotta see you drop that shirt. What size shirt you?
extra large. Nah, but real shit. No. Listen. I want to clear this up with the fans. I want to clear this up with some of the people that don't understand though. We are going to make everything in our power happen. You feel me? We're gonna do everything in our power to make shit happen. Even with the boost them making us offers, even with that goes against what I just told you I'm about. I don't like fucking with nobody else's terms. That's why I said we gonna go to him and see if he want to do it on our terms. We coming for him. That's the truth.
But you said you were willing to go to Philly before, so it's gonna have to be on it. It's gonna have to be
willing. Listen. We are willing to go to Philly, but if you want us to go to Philly, motherfucker, you gonna pay us for we ain't finna put it all on your terms. That's what I'm saying. You let motherfucker, like you got people say, accept what they give you. Fuck you. You accept what somebody, I ain't never accepted what nobody gave me. I take what I want. You don't accept what nobody give you. No. If I don't feel like it's a fair deal, it's not a fair deal. I'm not going to accept it. You know what I mean? Again, like I said, my son has his own career to live. We ain't got to go back through that and delegate all that shit all over. Bottom line, my son got his own career to live. He got his own path to walk. He already, thus far, he's already overcome a lot of shit that fighters ain't overcame at 25, 26, 27 years old because all of their fights been in favor of them winning. My son has had fights where he ain't in favor of him winning. You know what I mean? Like I said, I want Timothy Bradley to understand that your defense ain't never been the best. Nothing about you was special. Your power wasn't special. Your defense wasn't special. Your offense wasn't special. The only thing that was special was that big ass head of yours. Moving every motherfucking way, slapping every goddamn body upside the head. That was the only thing that was special about the nigga. You just be goddamn scared that motherfucking head coming. That's about it. You just like Holyfield. Remember one time? That's why Tyson did Holyfield, right?
Yeah, you
Because he
can.
was fighting with his not his real shit, bro.
Yeah,
I'm a fighter. I see what the nigga was doing. Katie Taylor, what she just did. I see what the people doing. Only a fucking ignorant fucking fool don't see what's going on. The people who don't see it refuse to see it. They don't want to see it. You know what I mean? Again, Timothy Bradley gonna hide behind the chat. Now he gonna go to his platform. He gonna go to the platform, talk a whole bunch of shit and hide some more. Nigga, fuck you. Talking about you gonna see it when we pull up. Nigga, why? Cause we gonna be at work. I'm gonna be at work with my son. You gonna be at work, nigga. So fuck you, nigga. How about that? Pull up to me. I'll pull up to you. You give me the address. I'm gonna pull up to you. You ain't gotta come to me. Nigga gonna tell me to get my money. Why don't you beat my ass, nigga? I'm telling, like, what the fuck, bro? Why? Wait. Why is nobody questioning why nobody calling my bluff? Why is nobody calling my bluff? If I'm just talking shit, why is nobody calling my bluff? Why didn't Greg Hackett pull up? Why didn't the other Philly niggas pull up? Why didn't why haven't what the nigga Ellis? Why Ellis ain't came or talked about? Why they not pulling up? Why Timothy Bradley? Wait, why Timothy Bradley didn't go and send me the address to his gym like I hit him on your shit? Told you about it. Why is nobody giving? Call my bluff. I'm coming. I promise. I'm gonna go live now. So just on that. So if you waste my money, wait a minute. You call my bluff. I'm gonna call your bluff and I'm gonna go live and I'm embarrassed. I'm gonna make sure I call you so you can put this shit on here. And I'm gonna make you own up to that shit. You feel me? I don't mind taking a trip. Everybody know that. I go everywhere. We go everywhere. We don't mind.
Y'all heard about y'all traveling all over the spot.
We don't mind, bro. We go, nigga. We pull up.
What do you mean? Because I've heard this before, but what do you mean by you saying Timothy Bradley? He always seems like he's attacking black fighters. Look like
he does.
He don't say nothing about nobody
else. He's very, 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 very selective. Again, with my son, he was only 22 years old at the time. There's always a way. When is he gonna fight somebody? Nigga, he started at 17. You know Cameron Duncan. You know Cameron Duncan gave him a bunch of build-up fights. That's not a fucking secret. You already know that. Nigga, just like he did you. He gave him build-up fights. He was only 22 at the time. He was in there with a fucking Olympian. He's in there with an Olympian that you're bragging about and then saying, when is he going to fight somebody? What the fuck is that? You know what I mean? He's in there with an Olympian that you begin to brag about and then ask the next fight, but when is he going to fight somebody? When is he going to step it up? Well, damn, last time I checked, he was in there with an Olympian. Is that not a step up? What the fuck? He's there with an older Olympian, a more experienced Olympian. Is that not a step up? You feel me? Why you don't critique what's them niggas' name? The Vargas brothers when they in there, when they get hit, when they go through. Why you don't critique them? Again, Abdullah Mason, awesome motherfucking talent. Ain't nobody fucking with him. I'm all on his side. Why you ain't critique that man? Why ain't nobody talking shit about it? The double sidedness is just fucking crazy.
The double standards. You saying
the double standards? Yeah, the double
and hypocrisy.
The hypocrisy is crazy, bro. It's crazy. Again, I don't have no beef with none of it, but I'm like, damn, if you ain't got no beef with that, you can't have no beef with me. That's it.
So you feel, so what are you insinuating when you say that about him? About when he always criticizes?
He's a fucking bootlicker. Everybody know that. He's a company man. He's a bootlicker. Everybody. That's why the fuck he would that's why he tried to go wherever the fucking what the nigga from he ain't from the hood. I remember somebody talking about you from that nigga from Santa Monica or some shit.
He's from LA. He from LA, right? I think he's from LA.
I think he ain't from LA. That nigga from Santa Monica or something, the white part. He from another part, man. That nigga ain't from nowhere, bro. That big head ass nigga wouldn't have lasted in the motherfucking hood. Ain't nothing about him hood, bro. I looked at this nigga eyes, bro. There's nothing hood about him. Look, when he was backing up and everything, when I got up on the thing, he was hiding behind three motherfucking niggas. Look, not even three niggas. He was hiding behind three white boys. I looked at these white boys, and I'm telling these white boys, like, look, bro, I'm a grown man. I know how to conduct myself. And at the same time, I want to say, nigga, if I want to get past you, I'm already past you anyway. Like, you put three paperweight ass white boys in front of you, bro. He's a bitch, bro. He's a bitch ass nigga. He's a bitch ass nigga that loves to throw rocks. He's a bitch ass nigga that loves to throw rocks and then hide behind the other shit because can't nobody hear me talk. On your channel, that's gonna be very limited. Can't nobody hear me talk. You know what I'm saying? Again, we can have, I don't understand why we can't have a factual conversation about skills, about this, about that. Well, we can point them out. We got enough table 10, Bradley, to point shit out. We got enough Timothy Bradley of him getting him dropped and shit, him getting turned the fuck around. We got enough tape of him getting hurt. Talking about fucking defense. Man, what they need to worry about, you need to worry about working on your son's defense. Nigga, my son a world champion. The fuck are you talking about? Against the odds. Nigga, when did you go against the odds? When did you go against the odds and win? When did you go against the odds and shine, nigga? Ever. Come on, bro.
Hold on now. Wait a minute now. They may say he beat Pacquiao now.
That was just Pacquiao. He did not beat Pacquiao, motherfucker. He didn't beat Pacquiao. Nobody. Nigga, I ain't never listen, you know what? I have never met, no, this is the truth. This is the truth. I have never met one person ever in my life that ever said Timothy Bradley beat Pacquiao. That's the truth. When we was at the bar, I watched that fight at look. I watched that fight at a bar, and everybody in that motherfucker was everybody was like, oh, everybody. There was nobody like, yeah, no, nigga. Everybody like, oh shit, everybody in the whole fucking bar, nigga. That's across the world, nigga. I would hate to be known for some shit like that. I would hate to be known for that. I would hate to be known for that. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather not motherfucking be known than to be known for some shit like that.
Till you got to pull up. Till you got to pull up.
You a bitch. You ain't hearing me, bro. He's a pussy, nigga. He's a pussy. He ain't pulling up.
Till you got to pull up, though.
Him a pussy. He ain't pulling up.
No.
You can't nigga, he's a bitch, bro. He gonna, hey, now he gonna go to his channel. These boxing dads. Hey, bro, look. I apologize. You wanted to get away from your daddy so bad when you were 19 and everything. I moved out of the house when I was 16, so just so you know, I'm up on you on that one too. But look, I apologize. You want to get away from your daddy so bad that you ain't want to come back and never come back. Hey, well, nigga, that's on you, nigga. My son ain't got. And my son been gone. First of all, my son don't live with me. That's another thing. My son don't live with me. He been gone for me for 2 years. So my boy don't live with me either. My son ain't under my wing. My son ain't in the next room. I heard you talking about Floyd Schofield and the phone shit. My son been gone. He been ready to go. He been gone. He live in a 4-bedroom house. He chilling. My son minding his motherfucking business. My son ain't under my wing. My son ain't here. You feel what I'm saying? That's why when people need to pull up on me and my son, I gotta go to his house. Or he come over here to me. Yeah. We don't live together. That ain't what's going on. People got it twisted. They form this shit and oh man, here go another one. You got motherfuckers talking about I took my son money and started a business. Well, god damn it. The business that I started that when my son was 12 years old, I had this business when my son was 12.
Who
like
said that?
Niggas in the comments. Like it should be crazy. Look, they say I take my son money, and that's how I made him money. That's how I started my business. I took my son money and I bullied my son. Bro, listen to me, man. I done heard some of the wild. I done read some of the wildest shit. I read that we turned out $4.2 million. I read that oh man, I read all kind of shit, bro. I read all kind. I'm like, this is but thank God though that the little crazy shit that I read don't catch on. The ones that catch on are just the basics. Oh, duck, tax man, blah blah blah. You know, they just certain shit catch on. That's all.
Yeah, man. But listen. I again, bro. I hope you and Tim can whatever issues y'all may have.
Fuck Tim, bro. It's on purpose. Fuck Tim, bro. Fuck Tim.
And
my son tried that. Let me tell you, my son did that with Quenton Randall. This is my son. That's my boy. I love him. Quenton Randall, him and Quenton Randall had beef. Hey, I did not even know he did this. You know, they had real beef outside at first. So come to find out, my son then called this nigga somehow or did something. I don't know if it was on DM or what. Called this nigga, this Quenton Randall. Pulled up to the nigga hotel, dapped him up, man, good job, good luck on everything else. Very huge of him, very big of him. Not on my side, not with the shit that he was saying and talking about you gonna take my son. He meant that shit. He won't Tyrant to drop us and no, nigga, that's when you get personal like that, when it's personal like that, nah, I'm not with it. All right. So now with Timothy Bradley, again, my bad, with Timothy Bradley. He go dap Timothy Bradley up after I had to watch the fucking, when I went home and watched it, I said, B, what the I'm in the ring and everything. This nigga talking to Tim, dapping this nigga up. I said, Tim, that nigga don't like you. See, my son is just like everybody else. He think it's me. He don't so much now. He thought it was me. He don't so much now because I had to show him and prove it. He thought I'm the problem. He think that I picked the fight with Tim. He think that this and that, but he heard Tim with his own ears when we got into it when we got into it at that New York situation. He heard Tim. And then I was like, did you hear the nigga? He's like, yeah, I heard. I said, I told you, motherfucker. I had to cuss him out then, like, bro, I told you. He didn't trust in what I was saying. He heard the shit Tim was talking about. You know, I'm still down. Your son still ain't shit out. Talking shit about my boy. I said, I told that nigga just don't like you, period, bro. You dapping his fuck ass. Man, fuck that nigga. He didn't believe me. He believed me now, though. I said, don't ever talk to that nigga again, bro. He talking about, and him and Jolene went in to meet both of them. Come back out. Like, nigga, I know what snake oil salesman is. Nah, he cool. He was real cool. This was before the fight. Before the Santiago fight. Nah, he was real cool this time. Nah, he was real cool. I'm telling you, nigga, that nigga's a snake, bro. He don't like y'all. He don't like you. That's what I had to tell him, bro. Bro, I ain't gonna say he broke his heart, but you can definitely see that he took a piece of humble pie when he heard him talking that shit in New York. I don't know if Tim know he heard it, but he was standing right there. B heard everything he said. He said, I told you, that nigga don't like you. It was personal.
Man, listen, B, bro, I'm sorry that you turned down all these damn calls to come on this podcast, but man, I didn't. The fans. The reason why I had you explain it because the fans don't know. The fans didn't know that the backstory between you and Timothy Bradley.
Right.
So now, they can try to figure out, what it is.
Yeah, man. A bunch of nothing, man. Bunch of nothing. Again, everybody. I do think this though. Let me clear this up because I do come out sometimes seeming kind of rap because it's like when you stir a motherfucker, but when you get stirred up, you're gonna talk a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But on a sensible note though, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I don't mind if you say, you say my son can't beat it. You're entitled to that. You're supposed to feel that way. If it's your favorite fighter, you think you're supposed to feel that way until we prove otherwise. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. I'm good with that. You know what I mean? But again, that's cool. Everybody, even Timothy Bradley, but the bashing that he was doing on national TV in front of my son's family members, in front of my son's friends, and the people who always backed him and seen him and watched him come up, and damn, I thought he was doing good. The Hall of Famers say he ain't shit. Come on, bro. Imagine that shit.
So this Tim on the screen right here, I just pulled him up. He said, ask him, did I come up to him? did he step to you, basically?
This puss ass nigga, and I step right back to you. Yes, and I step right back to you, and that's when look, watch this. The same thing he just said about the what you call it. He's doing it because he know we at work. He know I'm not retarded. He stepped up to me, and I stepped up to him, and that's what y'all saw on video. Then, Tim, you said 200 pounds exhibition bout. Did you not, Tim? Answer that question. Answer that question, Tim. Did you say it? Then what did he say?
He said he's driving with his family right now.
Yeah, I bet the fuck you is, nigga. I bet the fuck you is that you driving with your family right now, but you could type, I'm driving with my family right now. Come on, bro. These nigga full of shit. Call in then, nigga. Call in. The nigga know what, bro. I'm telling you what happened. He said it. He said, exhibition bout 200 pounds at running. Hey, you never was. What do you do as a fighter? Hey, nigga, I'm gonna show you then. I can beat you. Yo, living ass nigga. Come on, bro. He ain't never had no fucking people talking about he gonna knock Sing out. Nigga with what? The fuck he gonna knock you out? Yeah, that's B. I didn't know it be. The more we talking about.
All right. Well, look, man. Hey, thank you for calling. Thank you for coming on the show, fam. I know you got everybody calling you, your son calling you, man. All right, let's give B Sing a round of applause. Salute, brother.
I appreciate you, man. Okay, y'all.
Yes,
all right.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.